The good stuff is all new, and Mary's back springing into pizza night.
Look at this sizzle. Like, can you even...
Then it's all made for Mom. Leanne Perot delivers a dreamy living space transformation for one lucky first-time mom.
Oh my God. What?
Plus, in the mood for a mocktail, we have a drink for every mood. The good stuff starts now.
Thumbs up, feeling good today. Now, in my house, any night of the week can be pizza night. Do we agree? Right? And I don't know who decided that Friday was pizza night, but they clearly don't know how to live, because any night is a good night. And while I love our standard go-to toppings, personally in my house, this is chaos. We like pineapple, green olives, and hot peppers. Ooh, sorry, not sorry. As spring really starts to spring, why not celebrate the season by switching up the usual toppings and make what I'm calling my spring is here pizza. Does that sound good? I'm genuinely very excited about this recipe because basically it's taking anything that looks delicious at the store right now, putting on a pizza, getting it in the oven, and getting it into your belly. It's always a good thing. Now, the first thing I want to get to work on is the pesto. So as opposed to doing a classic tomato sauce on the bottom, I wanted to do a pesto because this is a great opportunity to really celebrate that bright green flavor of the season. So the first thing I'm going to add into my food processor is some basil. We're going to do a classic basil pesto, but if you wanted to, if you could find ramps right now, which are little wild garlic, you could use those in here. You could also do chives. Really any sort of good herb would be beautiful. I'm going to throw about a cup of basil leaves into my food processor. Looking beautiful. And then I'm going to go in with some peas. Now, I'm using classic frozen peas because they were picked last spring, so technically they're spring peas. I'm feeling good about it. So I'm gonna go in with about a cup of those. This is gonna give a really nice texture to the pesto. It's also gonna help keep it nice and bright and green. Because basil, when you tend to like mix it up, it gets a little bit bruised. This will stay beautiful and bright and green. So it's a cup of peas. Then I'm gonna go in with my very favorite ingredient, which is cheese. Because every good sauce needs a bit of cheese. So I am using Pecorino Romano here. If you wanted to, you could do Parmigiano Reggiano. Pecorino is actually kind of a goat's cheese, so it has a little bit more of a like tang to it. It's not gonna be like a creamy goat's cheese like a chev, so it's not as funky, but it's really salty, really delicious. If you just had Parmigiano Reggiano, feel free to use that. As you could tell, I think in the recipe I call for half a cup, but I'm going more than that because that's just the mood today. All right. Looking good in there. Now I'm gonna go in with some garlic. This is massive garlic right now. I'm not mad about it. The recipe, again, calls for 2 cloves. I'm gonna do 1 because that's really, really big. And I am a friend to the machines, to the robots. So I always grate my garlic going into the food processor. I know a lot of people will be like, but that thing chops stuff for you. So Mary, what are you doing? But I wanna give it a bit of a head start. Garlic is obviously a little bit harder than that basil and stuff like that. So I wanna give it a head start so I don't have to process this as much. Because this little baby, when you run it, makes a little bit of heat. And when you heat that basil up, it can kind of bruise it a bit more. So the least amount of processing possible is good to go. All right, I'm gonna go in with a little bit of lemon zest, because if you are buying a lemon and throwing away the zest, you are throwing away money. And I love lemon zest. Lemon zest tastes like what you think a lemon should taste like without that acidity, but I do still want a little bit of that acidity. So I'm going to go in with about half of that lemon. If you want to avoid the seeds, I do a thing called cheeking, where you just cut off kind of the cheek of the lemon, almost like you're cutting an apple around the core. Usually all those seeds stay in the center, then you don't have to worry about those pips, which is always a good thing. Pop that in. Gonna season that up with some salt, little bit of pepper as well. And then this is where I go a little off-brand. Yes, we have peas in here. Yes, I'm using that pecorino as opposed to Parmigiano, but I'm going in with some pistachios. I'm not using pine nuts. Personally, I don't like pine nuts that much. And when I buy them, first off, they're a gajillion dollars. Second, I use like a tablespoon in pesto once, forget about them, and then I have gross pine nuts in my pantry that go bad very, very quickly. So if you use pistachios, first off, I love eating these. They're super, super tasty, but any sort of nut works in place of a pine nut. Maybe you're allergic to a pine nut and you can eat a pistachio, go for that. The only one I don't love is almonds. I find them a little bit too lean. And speaking of lean, I'm going to go in with some oil, so the opposite of lean. So I'm going to go in with, I'm going to say 4 tablespoons to start, but we might need to add more. Anytime I am making pesto though, I like to make it really chunky, keep it really nice and thick. That way I can kind of start to process it down or add it into things. If you keep your basil pesto nice and thick, kind of like this is really easy to add into mayonnaise to give a little bit of like a pesto mayonnaise situation. Doesn't thin it out too much. I am gonna go in with a little bit more oil though. Anywhere from about 6 to 8 tablespoons, just until it's nice and saucy. And to me, that looks and smells like springtime. Oh my gosh, that's delicious. Very exciting. Okay. I like leaving mine a little bit chunkier, but that looks so bright and fresh and green. If I didn't put those peas in there and those green pistachios, it would tend to look a little bit darker in color, and I love this color, bright and fresh. Now, we are gonna talk pizza dough. I've got store-bought pizza dough here. We made our own pesto. I'm not gonna ask you to make pizza dough. You can if you want to, but if you buy those big bags that you sometimes get in the deli section, they're a little bit big, so I'd use about half of one of these for there. If you buy the frozen ones, those are usually about the size. So I'm just gonna stretch this out, but I'm gonna add a little bit of oil onto my sheet pan. If you want to here, you could also do a little bit of cornmeal for a little texture. I'm just gonna toss this kind of in here and then just stretch this out. Now, anytime I'm making homemade pizza, I guarantee it will never be round. It is always kind of a squircle shape, but basically you just kind of wanna run around the pizza dough. This is how my grandpa told me you're supposed to turn a corner in a car. It's not. Don't do that on your driving test because you're not gonna pass. But giving it a little bit of a stretch, you can use the backs of your knuckles just to give it a bit of a stretch out. I love using store-bought pizza dough because it's already had a little bit of time to develop that flavor and that funk from that yeast. Again, we are not getting a circle, don't worry about it. I'm gonna slap that down, stretch it out as much as you can. If you want it a little bit thicker, you can leave it like this. If you want a little thinner, keep stretching. But I'm gonna get to topping. So I've got that beautiful pesto here, looking fantastic. And I'm just gonna spread that down onto that wonderful pizza base. As thick or as thin as you'd like. Again, I like it at this texture, super tasty. Now, to keep things bright and fresh and delicious, as opposed to weighing this pizza down with my pineapple and my green olives and things like that, I'm gonna keep things bright and fresh. So I'm gonna go on with fresh mozzarella. You could also use classic like pizza, low moisture mozzarella, but you want about 200 grams, and I'm just gonna kind of tear that over top just to give you nice chunks. These kind of melts into little pools. Yeah, I like a clap for cheese. That's gonna be beautiful. And then you can kind of top it with whatever springy things. Again, if you used ramps in here, throw those on top. I'm just gonna go for some prosciutto though. I actually like to bake my prosciutto. I like the texture you get, it's a little crunchy. So I've got a few slices here. You can lay them down kind of flat, but I kind of like rumpling them a little. You get a little bit more texture. Also, anytime you're doing your next charcuterie board, do this with your prosciutto. Everyone will think you're fancy. Looks very exciting. All right, pop that on. Then I'm just gonna pop this into an oven. Now, whenever you're making a pizza, you want a hot oven. So I'm going into a 475-degree oven, bottom rack. You want really, really hot right on the bottom to get a good crispiness. I'm gonna pop that on in, and that should only take about 12 to 15 minutes, depending on how thick you made that crust. You're looking for a little bit of golden brown. Oh, you're looking for a little bit of crispy and cheesy and melty. And you are very much, look at this sizzle. Like, can you even, this is the thing, when you use that fresh mozzarella, it gets just so oozy. Do not skip on this little cheese chunk. Shouldn't be sticky because of that beautiful oil we put down. Just slide it onto your serving dish. If this is what pizza night looks like, again, any night of the week. Now, to jazz this up a bit more, I'm gonna go on with some chopped pistachios just to hint that there's something a little different in here. Maybe a little bit of hot honey. Do we feel good about this? Just drizzle that right on over top. Okay, okay, okay. Regular honey would be delicious here too, but hot honey on pizza, next level. Then you can also get a little bit of that fresh basil. and just tear that right over top. This to me is a dream. It is a true celebration of the season we are moving into. It's gonna be absolutely delish. This is gonna be the world's hottest pizza. Am I gonna try? Yes. Okay. Okay, you get a little bit of cheese pull. Okay, I'm gonna throw it a break now because this is gonna be hot. We gotta take a quick break, but we will be right back.
Tomorrow is all new, and we're celebrating all things mom. Erica Warwick surprises not one, but two mother-daughter duos with a Mother's Day makeover.
I'm so excited!
Then, Alexis Hans has last-minute gift ideas just for mom, and she may have a few surprises in store for the studio audience.
Happy Mother's Day!
Plus, Mary cooks something special for her mom, Myra.
Happy Mother's Day. Thank you, sweetie.
I love you so much.
The good stuff is all new tomorrow.
So when Rebecca wrote to us for help adding some personality to her living room, we sent Leanne Allaire-Perot to give this new mom a space she'll love.
Hi, Rebecca.
Hello.
So nice to meet you.
Come on in.
Oh, I'm so excited to see your space.
So welcome to my sad beige living room.
It's hardly sad.
It's definitely lacking personality and character. It's just very blah.
What would you love some help with creating?
I would love your help with creating a living room that looks like a scene from a Nancy Meyers movie.
Oh, Be Still My Heart. I'm a big Nancy Meyers fan.
Yeah, so anything that is cozy and inviting and really adds personality to the space and makes it look like we actually live here.
Tell me about how things have changed since you've had Carlo.
Oh my goodness, our lives kind of turned upside down having a new baby. He's a great boy, but I would definitely love to see us more in the space.
Now, it's pretty obvious that Rebecca and her husband have excellent taste, but the one thing that I did notice is there's a little bit of design hesitancy. And what really sold me on that is the fact that Rebecca purchased a beautiful lamp, but hasn't even plugged it in yet. I think the real goal here is to help her really curate the space. We'll get that lamp plugged in, we'll even put in a light bulb and add in all of those finishing touches that really turn this into a home for her and her family. I know you've had such a busy year as a new mom, so I've actually organized something that I think is gonna be fun for you and Carlo to do this afternoon. You're gonna head out to do a little mommy baby photo shoot. What? So you need to go get yourself changed and grab Carlo from his nap, and I'm gonna roll up my sleeves and get to work.
Seeing Leanne, it was just such a sigh of relief because with a new baby, I haven't had time to dedicate to decorating the space, and I know she's such a pro, and I'm so excited to see what she does.
I put together a design style board for the space that's really going to guide the overall aesthetic. This is all about introducing collected items that make the space feel that Rebecca and her family have not only lived here for a long time, but cherished every single item within the space as well. I'm also going to introduce a bookcase because in true Nancy Meyers fashion, books are one of the key accessories to add into the decor plan. But for me, the real star of this movie is going to be the gallery wall that will hang proudly over the sofa. Move over, Meryl. The gallery wall is going to be the lead actor in this space. This is gonna be a pretty quick makeover. So I've called in the real pros, my friends at CertaPro Painters, to help me get the paint color up on the wall so then I can get doing all of the decorating. I really wanted to introduce a wall color that was neutral but had a lot of rich warmth to it. So I found the perfect hue by Dulux. It's Stonehenge Grayish. Oh, this color is going to be absolutely perfect. The perfect neutral backdrop to let everything else that I introduce in the space sing and jump off just like a blank canvas. Things Things are going swimmingly here at the house, and I hope Rebecca and Carlo are having the best time on their photo shoot with the Collective Photo Co. And Jen, the photographer, is such a pro. I almost think of her as a baby whisperer because she's able to capture magic in as little as 10 minutes with her Take 10 sessions. Painters are almost finished, so that means it's a wrap on day one. Day two is going to be really busy for me because it's not just accessorizing, but it is all of the curation of the space. And spoiler alert, there's going to be a lot of throw cushions.
Everyone, please welcome Leanne. Hey, Leanne. Hi. Hey, Mary. Oh my gosh, that was so cute.
He was just scrumptious.
Yes.
Like he just wanted to the cheeks,
So
right?
happy.
Yes, he
Oh my
really was
gosh.
the happiest baby
What
ever.
a dream. Well, I cannot wait to see the final transformation.
Yes.
But I really wanted to chat because I know a big thing for you is adding those personal touches to makeovers, and that's
For
what
sure.
really makes it someone's home.
Well, and photography is absolutely one of the best ways that you can literally personalize by putting the person in the space. And I love doing gallery walls because it really helps to highlight all of life's milestones and moments in one curated place. Think of it as like the sum of all parts, like a whole bunch of photos together to create one really beautiful installation.
Yeah.
But what I love even more is curating that a little bit further by adding things in that aren't photos that help to story tell in that room.
Yeah.
For example, I asked Rebecca if she had anything that she would like included in the space as a connection to that first year with Carlo, and she gave me the sweetest little letter, which I have here. She wrote to Carlo when he was born.
Oh my
Like, it is
gosh.
just adorable. But she also gave me a bag of his baby clothes.
Yeah.
So the background is one of his newborn onesies.
Oh my
in
gosh,
there.
that is so cute.
And I didn't cut it.
Okay.
I just stretched it on a piece of cardboard so the onesie's still intact, and that just goes into the back of the shadow box. And then I just used some really beautiful pearl push pins to tack through the cardboard backing there. So I didn't even have to pin through the card. That's still in perfect condition. It just holds it as a really beautiful moment in their life that she created for her son.
I love that. That is so nice,
right?
I love the fact, I love this, and I love all of the things, the kind of DIY things we're going to do today, because
Yes.
it's such a perfect thing for Mother's Day, if anyone's still looking
That
around.
is very true.
Yeah. Okay, what are we moving
That's
on
very
to?
true. So going with that whole concept of using the personalized letters, I even took a little personalized piece of my own, a little letter I had kicking around in a box.
Yeah.
But then using that fabric concept, I wanted to take it a step further. So with the onesies, the baby onesies, I went even as far as to cut some little pieces out to create some framed art
that's so
with the
cute.
background being the onesie. But also if you look at some of these pieces here, some of the kids' clothing is just so precious.
Yeah.
Like this little, it looks like the hand-stitched element on here. So, you know, sometimes they get the peas and the carrot stains on them around. So you preserve the nice parts and just trim it up. So this beautiful little onesie can become a little sentimental touch of artwork
That
in
is
your
so
space as
cute
well.
and so easy.
So easy.
Yeah.
And I also added some of my grandma's doilies, and I thought how beautiful to create a generational story,
Yeah.
especially can you imagine if you've got a picture of grandma holding the baby, even in the onesie that you can add onto the wall, just really connects all of that concept of family together.
That's so beautiful. What
Really
a beautiful
beautiful.
thing. Okay, let's talk really quickly about this, because
Okay.
I am obsessed.
Well, of course you are. Because this is my all-time favorite recipe that my mom makes for me. I will take this over a birthday cake every year.
Yeah.
It is her pineapple dessert. That's all we call it.
Love the name.
And I highlight every great celebration with this dessert.
Yeah.
And so I wanted to add a special place to it. So not only did I hang it, but what I used is a vintage tea towel that I found to wrap the matting. And this is another great way to bring in all of those sentimental fabrics to, again, further the storytelling. So a tea towel, or in the case of what I'm going to show you, I had this old apron that my mom had that had some stains on it, cotton apron. She was going to throw it out, and I snatched it because I love the fabric.
A DIYer never throws anything
I
out.
throw nothing. The scraps of wood that I have, just in case, right? Just in case. So all you need to do is cut yourself a piece of fabric about an inch wider than your matting. You're going to score and just cut kind of slits in the center there so you can fold them back. We'll trim those up. Use a little bit of double-sided tape. And then a real great tip is to chamfer the edges. You can see kind of the angled edge there. And that just allows you to not have bulk at the corners to fit it back into your frame.
Cute. Okay.
Just a little bit of double-sided tape, and then all of a sudden that recipe is further highlighted with that apron.
That is so beautiful.
Thank you for putting that
That's so nice.
Isn't that nice?
That's such, again, it's It's those personal touches that you'll notice. People will be like, that's beautiful.
right.
And you're like, you don't even know how beautiful that is.
You don't even know. You don't even know the calories I've consumed.
Yeah,
That's so important to me. Yes, exactly.
That's amazing. I love that. Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about sweater art.
Sweater art.
I love this term.
Sweaters are just so huggable anyway. Any baby in a sweater, you just want to,
I know.
give it a good squeeze.
And also I'm like, oh my gosh, you're in a little sweater. You look like a little businessman.
Exactly. So professional.
Yeah.
So you're going to take that sweater once they've grown out of it. And again, if it's pilled or worn, like this one here got a lot of wear and love. It's very pilled. But you can turn this into art like I've done back here. And so I've just hand stitched. So I used a swaddle blanket as my background.
Cute.
And this is just wrapped on a dollar store canvas that I found. So swaddle blanket with the sweater, hand stitched. I have an example of it here. And you can see this is just on the canvas and you can hand stitch right through the back of the canvas.
Oh,
It's
that's
really
great.
easy to do. I'm not a sewer, but this, any DIYer
I was going
can
to say,
do.
anytime Leanne tells you to sew, you know it's an easy sew.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's really easy. So again, that's just the little like worn and tattered piece of the back of the sweater here. And then if you really want, you could just leave it flat. But I love, again, we want that huggable feel.
Yeah.
I just added a little bit of stuffing inside there right before I finished the stitching. And now you get that three-dimensional, really cozy, sweet, huggable art.
Leanne, I got so many projects to do. I absolutely love this. Really beautiful job. I cannot wait to see how you transformed
too.
Rebecca's living room. That's coming up after the break. Tune in. When Rebecca wrote to us for help with her sad beige living room, we sent Leanne over to work her magic and give it a well-deserved refresh.
It's day 2 and the paint color looks spectacular. So now it's time to bring in a few new furnishings and of course all of those personalized accessories. Rebecca is coming home today, which means I need to get to work. The first thing on today's to-do list is to get the drapes reinstalled and then load in all of the new furnishings and accessories. And that furniture is going to require a little bit of assembly, but once it's in place, it's going to give me some great opportunities to add more accessories. The one bigger change I'm making is to the overall layout. A couple twists of dining room tables and movements of chairs will really open up and change the overall flow of the space and create a small change with big impact. Like boxing myself in. Who's on first? I found some really great thrifty finds on my shopping adventure, and all of them play perfectly into the Nancy Meyers aesthetic. And I found so many great items that have this really beautiful rusty orange color, which really ties in not just the color scheme, but also brings in the dining room set. But of course, these are just for the color scheme. I found this reading lamp at Value Village and it was perfect for the Nancy Meyers style, but what wasn't perfect was the bright brass finish. But that's nothing that a little paint can't fix. This new antique brass finish is going to look so lovely in the space and add the perfect little touch of whimsy to a little reading nook. One of my biggest goals was to introduce as much personality of Rebecca and her family, and the way I'm doing that is by adding a gallery wall. A great hack for hanging a gallery wall is to create templates ahead of time using craft paper. This allows you to place them up on the wall with painter's tape and step back to really get a feel for the layout before you have to commit to putting your nails in the wall. There's a lot of things happening all at once. We're steaming, we're unpacking, we're stuffing pillows, but I have a great team helping me, and we are getting down to the wire. We're rehanging Rebecca's original artwork, but I'm adding a little something special up above. I'm so thrilled with how the space is coming together, and I cannot wait for Rebecca to see the reveal. But before she gets home, I need to do a little quick change myself. Okay, Rebecca, Carlo is already getting a sneak peek of the space, but are you ready to see it?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, open your eyes.
Oh my God. What? Oh my goodness.
What do you think?
I think that you took my Pinterest vision board and made it come to life, and I didn't even send you it.
Oh,
This is stunning. Baby, look.
There were a few additions that I did introduce.
Yes.
That being the bookcase in the corner. We brought in the beautiful wicker bench and the slipcover chairs, all from IKEA, and they really helped to bring the Nancy Meyers look to life, which was what your dream really was for the space. And of course, the gallery wall. And I love that it gave me an opportunity to introduce all of the gorgeous photos that you took with Carlo earlier in the week. And thanks to Canon Frame Lab for the beautiful hero shot of Carlo standing proud and beautifully tall right in the center. He really is the main actor of this space.
Oh, it's so special, right?
So you'll notice on the end of the wall there is the little letter that you wrote to Carlo, and the background is actually one of his newborn onesies that I found, so a nice little way to honor him.
I love it. Thank you so much. Can I hug you?
Oh, of course! Oh, and Carlo, you are a sweetheart. You are. Well, I'm gonna let you enjoy the space and discover all of the little touches around. And thank you so much for allowing me to come into your home and help you bring your vision to life.
Thank you so much. You are amazing. This is a dream. Yeah? You love it? Yeah.
I am obsessed, Rebecca. I hope you and your family enjoy your new space. Leanne, get out of here. I am floored. That turned out so beautifully.
It really did, and I have to say, it was the photography that really brought everything together, and we know how important that is in a space. And even to honor our fur babies in the space, we want to include them. So we did a little fur baby photo of Mary, sweetie.
Adorable, so distinguished.
He's got his bow tie on. Does he hate it? Yes. Oh my God, thank you so much. This is so nice.
Just the sweetest.
Guys, that's so nice. Leanne, fantastic work.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh, that is absolutely beautiful. That gallery wall, everything was beautiful. Oh my gosh, and studio audience, oh boy, I'm all verklempt. To help you transform one of your cherished memories or fur babies into wall art, you're all getting your own framed 8x12 print from Canon Frame Lab. Oh my gosh, don't worry, you don't have to get egg. You can get whatever you want. We gotta take a quick break. We'll be right back. Are you sitting at home thinking, hey, seeing the good stuff live would be fun? Well, you are in luck. We would love for you, along with your friends and family, to be a part of our studio audience. Just scan the QR code at the bottom of your screen for your chance to join us. Tickets are free. Can't wait to hear from you. Different ages and stages of parenting is Parents Canada product editor Gail Gabrielle. Hey Gail, how's it going? Good. Welcome back to the show.
Thank you so much.
I am loving this bright vibe. We're feeling good today.
Green's my favorite color.
Oh, well, we're nailing it. I love a blue. Okay, Gail, what have you brought for us today?
I've got some stuff for newborns, toddlers, and then older children as well.
Nice.
So we're gonna kick it off with Nourish, which is infant formula. And they've also got this new nutrient-rich toddler formula, which has 27 nutrients. It's new, but it's available now. And I don't know if you know this, but Nourish is the only infant formula made in Canada.
Oh, really?
So
That's amazing.
Yes. If you're looking to buy Canadian, this is it.
Yeah.
Nourish is also the first to come to market with OPO lipids and a GOS fiber combo, which really helps to promote that healthy gut microbiome, which is so important. So parents can just rest assured knowing their babies are getting everything that they need for a good, strong immune system, good digestion, for brain development, and of course to build those strong and healthy bones and muscles.
Yes. I love the fact that they have a specific toddler formula as well.
Yes, especially some of them, they love it, and it's just, you know that they're getting the nutrients because sometimes your toddlers are throwing food everywhere.
I was just a little picky. Yeah, what ends up in?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that is fantastic. Now, we've maybe made our formula.
Yes.
Now we need to clean up.
We made a big mess.
Yeah. What's going on here?
We're going to talk about Dapple Baby foaming bottle and dish spray. This is wonderful. Now, as new moms or new parents, new dads, we get a little bit like clean freaks.
Yes.
And we're not just worried about the dirt, we're also worried about the products that we use.
Yeah.
Because we want to make sure everything is natural and safe for our babies, of course. And that's why I love Dapple Baby, because there are no harsh ingredients.
Okay.
It is got award-winning green technology, which really targets that milk residue. And it fights odors naturally with baking soda.
Oh, great. Okay, cool. Yeah.
So you can feel so good about this. The spray really gets into those crevices, which is so nice.
and wonderful. And another thing I really love about Dabble Baby is that you can order it on Amazon.ca. So you don't even have to go to the grocery store. It just comes to your house.
Listen, anything that makes cleanup easier, I am in for. That's fantastic. Speaking of cleanup, what about when you got to wash your little baby?
Yeah. Tubby time.
Bath time, yeah.
We love tubby time. So this is the Angel Care Soft Touch Baby Bath Support. And this is wonderful because it allows parents to have their hands free. Like babies get really slippery when they're covered in soap and you don't want to drop them. So this is safe and comfortable. It's got this great mesh here which dries very quickly. So it is mold resistant. It actually warms up to the temperature of the bath. It's got a great hook on the back. It's really lightweight and easy to use.
That's fantastic. It looks really like
something every new
ergonomic
parent, your brother's going to need something like this.
No, he needs to. We're going to be good to go. Okay. All right, next up, what are we chatting about here?
Oh, this is a more tubby time stuff. So this is Aveeno Healthy Start Baby Balm and Baby Wash. This is the balm. It is so good. This is the wash, and it is made with colloidal oats. Okay. And Aveeno this is safe to use on your baby the minute you bring them home, which is so nice. And it really helps to protect that moisture barrier, and it actually mimics the Vermix caseosa, which sounds like a Harry Potter spell. That's how I remember it. But it's that natural moisture that babies have in the womb. Oh, okay. And I'm not gonna lie, when you try this, like you're gonna be tempted to use it for yourself. It feels so good on your skin. It's just gorgeous. So.
I love the fact that it uses those oats too. Super gentle, really, really lovely for baby. That's amazing. Okay, next up, what are we talking? We got cups. What are we talking about here? Toddler cups.
So we're into the toddler years now. Toddlers and cups usually means that something's going to be dumped on the floor.
Yes. This also sounds like my mom. I'm not going to lie. Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom. So, but not if you have the Miracle 360 sippy cup from Munchkin. This is so cool. The children can actually sip from all sides of this cup. Oh, cool. It comes in 2 sizes, 7 and 10 ounces, a lot of different colors. And it's Munchkin's #1 bestseller. So something a must-have for all toddlers.
I feel like it would also teach a little bit more of the kind of coordination of drinking out of a non-sippy cup.
And you want them to be able to, drink for themselves.
Totally.
So, yes, so that's a great sippy cup. And then we've got the weighted angle straw, or any angle weighted straw cup. And this one, if your toddler's rolling around or they're, upside down, they'll be able to drink out of this because the weighted straw keeps it at the right spot. So you can always get a drink out of it. Also comes in 7 and 10 ounces in different colors, and a brush to clean the straw. And then we have the simple cup. Simple clean cup, and that is another great cup. It comes in 10 ounces. Now, the straw in this is a really cool innovation because you can actually peel it open and clean it inside that way.
Cool.
Yeah, so everything's out of there, and it's such a great cup as well. It's also got that one-way valve, so it's not gonna spill.
Spill everywhere.
No spills.
No spills.
The most important thing here.
That's again, you're like, nope, we're gonna know how much you drank because it didn't spill out.
Yes, exactly.
I love that. All right, now we're moving up a little bit. What are we talking about here?
So, once you are past the toddler stage, your children are going to need constant entertainment. And Mad Science really does a good job of having fun for the kids. They're
Shall we get sciencey?
Yes, we're gonna get sciencey.
I feel like we should get sciencey. Okay, cool.
Mad Science, I don't know if you remember, but they're celebrating their 40th anniversary.
Yes.
I know. And it's I remember them when I was a kid, and they really bring science to life for kids. It's so fun and interactive, way more fun than an iPad, And we're really teaching kids, like fostering those little scientists, those engineers, or whether they're doing they can do slime, they could do rocket launchers, they can do all sorts of chemical reactions and stuff.
That's the thing. I think it's so cool. You can encourage this kind of like curiosity.
Learning.
And learning. Okay, so what are we doing here?
So we're gonna make our salt lava lamp.
Oh.
Okay. So Mary, I'm gonna get you to put a couple of drops of the blue food coloring in. All of this stuff you can find in your kitchen, so you don't have to go shopping for it.
Love
we're gonna
that.
stir it up.
Okay.
And then we're going to drop in some of the oil.
Okay.
So it's vegetable oil. And everything's made of molecules. The vegetable oil is lighter, has less density than the water, so it's gonna float to the top. And then we're gonna drop in the salt, which is heavier than both of them. Okay. And that is going to create this really cool, goopy lava lamp effect.
Ooh,
When the salt dissolves at the bottom, It's actually
yeah, look at it go.
Yeah, so you're gonna see that come back up. So I did this experiment with my 9-year-old the other day, and like hours later, he's like, Mom, that was so much fun. That was so cool. And it just like warms your heart because, you know, it's something you could do together.
1000%.
It's great for the families. They do birthday parties, summer camps. They have after-school programs.
Yeah.
And with their 40th anniversary, you can scan the QR code that you're gonna see on your screen, and you can get a special promotion from Parents Canada. So
That is fantastic. I love this. Gail, thank you so much. This was great. And remember to check out parentscanada.com for more great parenting products and tips. We got to take a break, but we'll be right back. I'm going to do this.
The Good Stuff is brought to you in part by Parents Canada, here to help with expert advice.
Curious about alcohol-free cocktails? Well, my next guest is here to help. Please welcome acclaimed photographer and author of Mood Drinks, Gabrielle Cabrera. Hi, Gabrielle Cabrera. How are you?
Good, thank you. How are you?
I am doing fantastic.
Yes.
First off, huge congratulations on this absolute stone cold stunner of
Thank
a
you.
book.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh my gosh. Okay, first off, tell us a little bit about Mood Drinks and kind of the push for alcohol-free cocktails.
Yeah, you know, I started these honestly as a conversation with my friends, where we were trying to reduce the amount of alcohol that we were consuming, and you know, other people saying, yeah, me too, and I can't find drinks that taste good or you know that have a vibe.
Have a vibe and aren't just juice.
Exactly. Yeah. Or like a sippy cup, you know. So that's where the idea came from, and I'm like, okay, I think there's something here.
I agree totally. Well, I love the fact that in this beautiful book, you categorize your drinks into 4 chapters led by like mood and flavor profiles. So we're gonna start off with the explore mood. So cue the lights and music, please.
Ooh.
Ooh, okay. Oh yeah, that's nice. Okay, tell us about this mood and what we're making.
Yeah, so the mood in the book to explore is where you want to discover something new.
Yeah.
So new flavor combinations, like something, you know, that you haven't tried before. So in this case, we're gonna make the rhubarbara, it's called.
I like this name.
I know,
Yes.
So the name is a little mix of the key ingredient, which is rhubarb, and also saying in Mexican Spanish, which is que bárbara. And que bárbara is like, oh my God, girl.
Oh,
you know, that
I
kind of
like
thing.
that. That's a good one,
That's
yeah.
a little mix. So to start, we're gonna make the concentrate.
Okay.
So we're gonna get some fresh rhubarb here. and then
Beautiful.
Turn it on.
Okay.
A little fresh rhubarb here. We're gonna get some strawberries.
Oh, Finn, it's almost like it's like flavors of a pie.
Right,
We're starting
exactly.
off with,
Oh, yes, you got it.
into that,
Yeah. A little bit of like orange peel
Beautiful.
as well. Very concentrated chamomile tea, which is gonna add a little bit of floral taste to it.
I love that.
Yeah, vanilla.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. Yes, a little
It
touch
gives
of
that little bit of like dark flavor to it. Yeah.
And sweetness with a little bit of agave syrup, and that's it. And then we're gonna just let it simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes so it cooks down and all the flavors mingle.
Gets a little jammy.
Gets a little yes, totally. A little jammy and you know, very sweet, very floral, very spring.
Okay, fantastic.
Yeah. So once that's done, then you're gonna strain it. Oh wait, let me turn this off because we don't want any accents.
I love it.
Exactly. And then, so you're gonna strain it and it's gonna look something like this.
Oh, that's
right?
beautiful.
So yeah. So this is a concentrate for all the drinks. So you're gonna put about 2 tablespoons into a glass with ice, and that's it. And you're gonna top it up
The color?
with tonic water. I know, yes.
Do you know what I love
Look at
about
that.
this?
I know, isn't it pretty?
Is so pretty.
I know.
Now we
Yes.
have a garnish for it.
Yes.
Okay.
A little coin of strawberry for
Oh
you. There we
my
go.
gosh, Gabrielle,
Yes.
I cannot. I'm gonna get in the taste. Okay.
I know. Yes. How's that? I know.
Get out of here.
Yeah, I know. Like, and even the concentrate is so nice.
Oh my gosh,
Yeah, I
that
know.
is
Yes, I
amazing.
know.
But we gotta move on. We're gonna go for an uplifting mood. So let's cue the
Okay.
music and lights. Ooh, okay, cool. Feeling it. What are we doing?
So now we're going to do the guava brava.
Oh,
So
okay.
this is like a little jolt of energy, right? Like a little spice. So what we're going to do here, if you can help me, so we're going to add a little bit of guava nectar in here.
Underused, right?
100%. You know, it's guava is like so floral and like, you know, sweet, and it has a beautiful flavor, but I don't think a lot of people use it.
No.
So we're gonna then add a little pinch of cayenne.
Ooh.
Yeah, for a little heat.
Okay.
In there.
Yeah.
And then a splash of ume plum vinegar. So it's like a little shrubby.
I love that.
know?
A little. I love a shrub.
Yeah.
Yes.
And a little bit of citrus with lime juice there.
Beautiful.
That's it. Mix, mix, mix.
Okay.
And that's it. And we're gonna pour it into the the last over here.
Shall I do the honors?
Yeah,
Oh,
please.
this is scary.
Let's see.
Dun-dun-dun-dun-dun.
Pro. Yes.
Oh my gosh, fantastic.
Beautiful. And then, last but not least, a little pinch of sumac in there.
I love that. The sumac is almost like a little bit citrusy,
Yes,
right?
exactly. Yeah. So all together, this is a very sort of spicy, nice bite. So
Okay,
yeah,
let's
taste
give it a taste.
Yeah,
You know, it almost looks like a Caesar, but I know I'm gonna like it a lot more than Caesar.
Right. Different, right?
That's a delicious. Oh my gosh, I'm not putting this one down. This one's coming with me.
This is coming with you.
100%.
Great, yes.
Okay, now we're gonna move into a celebrate. So let's cue the music and lights. Get into the mood. Ooh.
Yes.
It matches your suit, lady in the front row.
It's
Okay,
like
cool.
a little club.
Yes.
You know, it's like we're in the club. So this one now I'm gonna show you. So this is a pomegranate sour. So obviously the first ingredient is pomegranate. Delicious. It has a bite. You know those tannins in the back of your throat.
Yeah.
Like almost like wine.
Almost like wine, yeah.
Totally. So what we're gonna add in here is orgeat syrup, which is like no almond.
Yeah.
A little bit of cinnamon and a little bit of vanilla. So it kind of has a little bit of aroma aftertaste.
Oh, lovely.
I know, yeah.
Okay.
So that one gets all shaken with a little bit of ice with movie magic. Here we have it.
Fantastic,
And then
yep.
We're just gonna garnish it with a Luxardo cherry.
The fancy, this is not a maraschino cherry.
You know.
This is a fancy
Exactly.
cherry.
Yes, totally. And that's it.
Stunner. Okay, let's give it a taste. Gabrielle, I'm obsessed.
Yeah, right? I know. And the color is so pretty.
This is a holiday drink.
I
This
know,
is a
yes.
celebration party drink.
Yeah, anniversary, party, friendship, whatever.
That's
Yeah,
delicious.
yes.
Oh my gosh, I'm obsessed. Okay, finally, we are going into, we've celebrated. We're now gonna chill.
Yes.
Okay, let's
simmer
cue
down.
the, okay, here, okay.
Yeah,
So what are we doing to chill out?
So to chill out, we're gonna do an echinacea tea-based drink. It's called echinacea trance. So you know you're getting into a chill trance here.
Oh, like trance it out. Yeah, I like
you
it,
know?
yeah.
So this one, echinacea has a little bit of like bitter undertones, very herbaceous.
Yeah.
So you combine that with non-alcoholic gin and then a little bit of aromatic bitters too, and then you finish it off with a little lemon. I'll pass you one as well.
Fantastic.
We're gonna squeeze it into the drink just to release those oils, get those flavors, put it on the rim, put it in there, and that's it. Little
Gabrielle,
cheersy moment.
Cheers,
Yeah.
cheers. Huge congratulations.
Thank
Let's
you.
give this a taste. Okay.
Ooh,
Ooh.
right?
You know what? That's got a little bit of that bitter kick
Yes.
to it, and that's the type of cocktail that I like, my
Yes,
friend.
yes.
Huge congratulations on this
Thank you.
absolutely beautiful book. It is a must-have. It's a stunner. And studio audience, thanks to Gabrielle, you're all going home with your very own copy of Moondrink. We gotta take a quick break, but we'll be right back. That was so good. That was so good.
It's official.
Buckle up, Mary.
The Good Stuff is Canada's most watched lifestyle series, nominated for 3 Canadian Screen Awards.
Fantastic.
Great job.
Thank you so much.
Join Mary Berg every weekday as she shares her love of everything that makes Canada unique.
We all cook with Canadian food.
Yeah, I love that.
From time-saving hacks to deliciously easy recipes, The Good Stuff is full of heart, humor, and everything you love about Canada. All served up with a side of fun.
Woo, that was exciting.
Don't miss The Good Stuff. Weekdays on CTV and Crave.
Before we say goodbye, let's see what we got in the mail, because some stuff came in, which is very exciting. Always good. Okay, I've been waiting for that. Ooh, okay, we got a letter. Let's take a see what it says. Very well sealed. Okay. Dun, 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 dun. All right. Okay, this is a letter. It says, "Hi, Mary. My name is Dana, Dana Lloyd, and I'm writing from New Brunswick. What's up? I want you to know how much I love making your recipes. They always turn out and are super tasty. Oh my gosh, look at you. First off, Dana, great dress. Love this. One of my favorites is your chicken parmesan meatballs. It's super impressive to make for guests and totally restaurant worthy. When I make your, oh, look, Dana. Oh my gosh. I gotta make that tonight. When I make your recipes, I love when they're easy, taste great, and the final product looks professional. Well, yours certainly does. I'm looking forward to making more and can't wait to see what will become my newest go-to meal in my home." Well, Dana, those meatballs look absolutely amazing. Again, tell me where you got that dress. It was so cute. Thank you so much for your letter and to help you keep cooking up a storm. I'm gonna send you a beautiful cookware set from our place. I hope you enjoy. I love hearing from you, so if you have any mail, made one of my recipes or have any mail to send, I'd love to see it. Just scan the QR code on your screen and send us a photo of your dish. We might just feature it on the show. That's a wrap on today. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you next time for more of the good stuff.